Now to join us as he does every bottom of every first hour. No credentials required. Its own Ryan McCarthy. How you doing, sir?
Gentlemen, it's 10 more sleeps until the NFL season starts. Cole, please, if you could, before you leave, play that beautiful, beautiful praise music. Please.
Lord. Okay, fine. And I think that's how I'll exit because you'll probably be hearing about a lot of Aaron Rodgers gushing between these three in the time that I'm going to be leaving. I'd be glad because I do not want to deal with that ayahuasca sipping.
Working on a car at the moment.
I don't want to deal with that ayahuasca sipping, toe picking, darkness retreating space cadet.
But he's my space cadet.
Your time is 100% impeccable with that, man.
Hey, you set it up, I'm going to knock him down.
He definitely knocked that one out of the park.
Yes,
He definitely knocked that one out of the park.
Yes, he did.
It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen.
And while I won't gush over what happened on Saturday with Aaron Rodgers playing 2 series for the Jets, and one of those series being a touchdown, I will say that I cannot wait for Monday night the 11th. Oh, it's gonna be so.
First of all, it's September 11th, first and foremost. Second of all, it's Aaron Rodgers' actual debut with the Jets.
I said September 11th because the Jets are playing the Bills on Monday night.
No,
That's
I'm throwing all the layers out here. Okay, I'm breaking down the layers of why this game is the way it is. September 11th, Aaron Rodgers' debut as a Jet is in New York. Well, that's New Jersey, by the way.
Hey,
Correct.
East Rutherford is a suburb of New York City. But go ahead.
And it's an AFC East divisional game right out the gate against the team who has owned the division for the last 2 years.
3.
You want to call it 3?
It's last 8. They're going for their 4th consecutive AFC East title.
I mean, there's a lot of layers into this game on a very important day in the country.
Yes, a super important day in the country. Yeah, it's actually fitting that a New York-based team, a New York City-based team, would be playing on September 11th, and I'm glad it's the Jets because they haven't been on Monday night since the Ghost game, and they haven't been on prime time. That isn't an Amazon Prime game since I think that game.
I'm seeing those.
So I think it's important for the Aaron Rodgers era to start, fittingly to start on Monday night in front of the nation. And please don't embarrass yourselves. Jets, go out there and do some good things. Please.
Well, the last time I will say this, and to I don't think Ryan want to hear this, but is actually to my dismay too. The last time,
power through it, playmaker. Power through it.
the last time the Bills played on the primetime game, opening week of the season, they destroyed a team out in LA.
Well,
but that team in LA is trash.
Here we go.
Really was.
They not trash?
Really?
Your team in LA not trash?
They're mid.
No.
They're mid.
They trash, my man. They trash.
No.
The best
Have
player
you not been listening to what I've been saying? What's been going on with my team all last season?
It was trash last year.
We had Debo.
They won the Super Bowl and then they go and they stuck in laying egg. Oh, come on, man.
We was do you know how many injuries we had to suffer with?
Everybody suffers injury.
Everybody gets injuries. Jets had
Everybody
injuries
gets
too.
injured.
I want to hear
I
that.
know, but when you
Jets
have
had
that
injuries
offensive
too.
line,
Your team was trash, man. Your
consistently
team was just
rotating
trash.
week
Just
after week.
Just
after
admit
week
your
after
team
week.
was trash.
So the Jets, and they still finished 7-10. Albeit 7 of the last 8 games.
That's
were
because your
losses,
offense couldn't get to 10 points.
That's because Mike LaFleur was a terrible offensive coordinator. He didn't know how to couldn't coordinate out of a paper bag. And now he's with the Rams. Interestingly enough,
That'll be my new offensive coordinator. But yeah, he ain't calling the plays. Sean McVay calling the plays. We all know this.
So what y'all gonna win the division this year?
No.
Okay. I thought you was gonna see.
No,
Why?
everybody knows that.
I'm the same dude
everybody
who
knows
came
the
on here and
Harris
played
won
Kurt
the
Angle
division.
song about my Rams. Come on now.
You suck.
And Ryan damn near fell out of his seat when I did it.
Speaking of Kurt
But the
Angle,
way this offseason went, the doors might be opening for a surprise team in the Los Angeles Rams because things went crazy this offseason. I'm like, okay, this might open some doors.
yeah, but they had to shed a lot of salary too. They dealt Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins of all teams, and he's out till December, which means the Jets will not have to see him at all this year, at all.
Lucky Aaron Rodgers.
And then what? They let Bobby Wagner go back to Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, these things happen.
I'm just wondering which first round pick Les Snead is gonna trade away for a premier player this year.
So far, don't sound like nothing right now.
So when's the next time they have a first round pick? By the way,
This draft coming up,
this draft coming up. All right.
we have our first round pick back.
So they're not trying to pull
For
Lakers.
now.
They're not
For
trying
now.
to pull. They're not trying to pull LA Lakers and not have a first round pick until 2033.
I said for now. Never
now.
know with Les Snead.
Yeah.
Because he did do it, and we did capture the gold. Okay. That's
You
not
did-
to
you
say
did.
he might
You
not
did
do it
capture
again.
that. You did capture that 7 pounds of silver. That's true. But last year, oof,
Yeah,
yikes! It all started with that
Yeah.
Buffalo game.
Reality
All
sunk
started with
in
that
last
Buffalo
year.
game.
we were beaten up.
So were the Jets, but they still managed
We
to.
were beaten up.
The Jets still managed to have the best top 5 offensive defense in the
They just didn't have no offense. Their offense
They
was
just didn't have any
trash.
offense because their offense was trash outside of Garrett Wilson, and if Brees Hall doesn't have his ACL torn in the Denver game,
You know what the funny thing is?
and Elijah Vera Tucker doesn't tear his tricep in the Denver same game.
You know what the funny
The
thing is,
season's
Ryan?
different. The season's different.
Even though our offense wasn't that good, if you took our offense and put it with your Jets defense, y'all be in the playoffs. Y'all would have been in the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt. I don't doubt that.
Because we at least put up points. We just couldn't.
Yeah,
We just couldn't stay healthy.
I understand he had a lot. I understand a lot of injuries, but it's next man up. It's next man up. But so, Playmaker, did you watch All In by chance?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
No, but I heard a lot about it.
You heard, okay.
And
All
I think what's happening is Tony Khan has built a great pro wrestling brand,
Mm-hmm.
but the entertainment part of it is the one that's lacking.
Outside of Chris Jericho, the goat.
It's Chris Jericho. Okay,
Yes,
the
it's
man
true.
has done it for like 3 decades.
And by the way, CM Punk, could you stop antagonizing the talent backstage? Did you hear about that? Got another fight with another talent.
You know the funny thing is about that? Everybody's pointing the finger at CM Punk, but the funny thing, if you actually paid attention, he ain't starting it. He ain't the one
Irrelevant.
starting it.
Irrelevant. Stop
He just
it. Just stop, man.
CM Punk is one of the ones that I used to say when I was growing up. If you start something, you better finish good. If not, I'm going to be the one to finish it. CM Punk ain't starting it. He's definitely finishing it.
Regardless, stop getting in fights with the talent backstage, man. You did it with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Now you're doing it with Jack Perry. Like, I don't care if you didn't start it.
What?
Just-
I need to know what was Jack Perry's problem with CM Punk to begin with, because he wasn't even fighting Jack Perry. He was fighting Samoa Joe.
Doesn't
It
matter.
had to do with there was a match a couple of weeks ago that I guess he was going on vacation right after, and he wanted it to be real glass or something. And Punk told him they don't do glass here. This is Collision. And then I guess in the match with Hook yesterday, they was using real glass. And he goes, I guess during the match, he goes, see, look, real glass.
So he went. So he went to the show that is basically CM Punk's when you talking about Collision, talking about glass. Yet you had a pay-per-view, which is a whole different show. Matter of fact, a more bigger show than anything. Matter of fact, I think All In's their biggest pay-per-view.
It's their biggest pay-per-view so far.
Is there a WrestleMania?
Is there WrestleMania? And Tony Khan said that they're going to bring it back next year too.
Yeah, I know.
And
They're planning on doing back-to-back. Back-to-back again.
Next week,
yeah, All Out.
All Out is next week in Chicago.
Oh Lord, you know CM Punk. If they do All Out without CM Punk, Chicago gonna riot.
The drama is just old. He just needs to stop.
It is, but he
just seems like he's always trying to make himself into the news, into the dirt
But I would
sheets.
give AEW this. They are giving pro wrestling fans what they want: exciting wrestling. The problem is there's a lack of storytelling.
It's the lack of story. It's a lot of action, but a lack of storytelling. I like the story build with MJF and Adam Cole. I like that story build. It needs to keep going. There needs to be a great finish. There needs to be a great finish somewhere. I don't know where it is, but there's gonna be a great finish somewhere. I just hope it's not a deflating ending. Like it needs to be long term. It needs to go past. It needs to go past All Out. And it needs to go into the new year. I think this long term story build.
So now this is what people need to understand, because when it comes to WWE, they are telling a tremendous story. Especially with the Bloodline.
Oh, the Bloodline is a great storyline.
It's a storytelling process, and there is so many layers and ways they can go with this story. Even now.
Yeah. Did Tony Khan not take narrative in college?
His brother works for WWE. You don't think they had conversations?
I'm pretty sure they did, but it was probably under the radar.
It's like WWE tell story. Now the matches, I get AEW.
So, some of the stories work out. The Bloodline has worked out. Chef's kiss. Perfect storyline. Some of these storylines have ended way too soon, though. Like they fizzle out after like 2 weeks, and then they switch over to another thing.
Now the focus is on the Judgment Day, because we don't know what's going to happen with them.
I'm kind of curious as to see how that turns out. I have a feeling. My prediction.
We know who the ringleader is.
I have a very bold prediction, though. I'm pretty sure everybody has this prediction, but I'm going to make it so on this program. Finn Balor will win a title. Well, probably win the next. Will probably be the next heavyweight championship. Because, good Lord, how many championships does that promotion need for world championships? So Finn Balor will win it.
When you have the Tribal Chief dominating the way he's been dominating for 3 years.
Well, Balor will win it, and what's his face will cash in.
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest will cash in, and he'll be out of the Judgment Day. They'll bring in JD McDonough, which is basically Finn Balor's cousin, because they look a lot alike, and that'll be a new rivalry, yeah. But I like to see what they would do with the men's tag team division, because there doesn't seem to be a storyline with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There's no real rivalry that they have right now. I'd like to see something happen with them.
I think their next rivalry is gonna be with the New Day. That's why the New Day is back.
I agree.
Because you see what happened with the Usos.
Oh yeah. Jimmy and Jay are gonna be they're gonna be at WrestleMania. They're gonna meet at WrestleMania.
I think they might be their final match. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah. They said that for years.
You have Alpha Academy. You have. This is the interesting part. I wonder if they're gonna put the title on Chad Gable.
I think that would be a great payoff.
Because I think Gunther's just about broken the record. If not, he probably got like another week to go.
Let's do some real time research. Longest Intercontinental Championship reigns.
Yeah. I think he got about like a week or two left because I know he's very close to breaking it. He don't got that much longer to wait.
Let's see. Pedro Morales held the title for.
It should be Honky Tonk Man should be.
Well, Honky Tonk Man held it for 454 days, so it's very close. And
Okay.
Gunther or Walter, I still call him Walter. 443 days.
So yeah, he got about like
443.
a week or 2 weeks left.
Yeah,
until
he's got
breaks it.
He's got about a week and a half left, and then I think he drops it to Gable, which would be a great storyline because Chad Gable's a worker. That dude deserves a title.
I agree
That
with
would
you on
be
that.
nice.
And the fact that he's in with Otis and
Maxine Dupree.
Maxine is that stable is hysterical. You hear the music, shush. You know it's gonna be a good time.
You know what it is he's consistent in the ring, and he's hilarious behind the mic. He's developed and grown behind the mic. He's always had the wrestling ability.
Yeah,
it's now he's actually got a character he can really sink his teeth into, and because that Shorty G character was why I think this fits him a little bit more, and so that's why he's having such a great run right now. I think this might be his best run in WWE ever.
It's not. It is his
because
best run.
because you know why? Because Vince McMahon's out of the way, and with Triple H at the helm, head of creative, he can help develop those characters better. I think because he's a little bit younger. I think he's the one who signed Chad Gable, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have.
Because he would have brought him into development with NXT and then gone up to the next level.
I hate to do this, but I need to bring this up because I wasn't on here. I will say that Snowman Wise and Code did a nice show Friday, talking about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
and Friday Night SmackDown happened. They had to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown, Triple H, everybody, y'all did a great job with that. Short notice.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's not that it's just short notice. It's like you have to realize Hall of Famer Terry Funk died on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Then like less than 24 hours later on a Thursday, you get the Bray Wyatt news.
Yeah. And
the very next night is SmackDown.
Talent. Yeah, Bray was active talent, so that's probably why he got the flowers that he deserved. And Terry Funk was kind of secondary because he wasn't active with WWE. But I like the fact that they brought it.
The next night is SmackDown.
Yes. But I also I like the fact that they brought in Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan.
I love that.
And it's sad that two of the Wyatt family members have passed on. John Huber, aka Luke Harper, and Bray Wyatt. They've both passed, unfortunately. Due to heart conditions. But I like that they brought them in and they had them up front by Sister Abigail's chair. And I also liked LA Knight's promo as well before his match. How he paid tribute to Bray Wyatt.
The way he ended that promo.
Run.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, that's it. LA Knight understands it.
He gets it. And if he doesn't have a title, by the end of the year, I will be utterly confused.
I loved it, that part. He went full Bray Wyatt.
And I don't mean like a world championship title or a universal title. I mean just a title period, like the U.S. Championship or Intercontinental Championship, like individual title.
I love how they ended SmackDown.
Did you see Seth Rollins paid tribute during a house show?
Yeah. Somebody posted it on Instagram.
Yep.
I love how they ended SmackDown. You did the opening part of Bray Wyatt's entrance. You let everybody bring out the flies.
Yep.
You have the lantern in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a picture of Bray Wyatt in the ring.
Yep.
That was a beautiful ending to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I don't think people understand. They had 2 deals in back-to-back days, and then you had to show the very next day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you get ready for that.
I don't know how you get ready for that either. Because if it were me, I'd be like, "Give me the night off. Give me the night off." But
because I'm pretty sure they had something.
But pro wrestlers have a different mentality than it.
Set. I think they had something set for Terry Funk.
They did.
But Bray Wyatt happened the very next day. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. I mean,
and then it's like,
if it were me, I would have requested the night off. But pro athletes and pro wrestlers in particular are they're a different breed. They're a different breed. I mean, back in '79 when
show must go on.
Yeah, I mean, you remember this, Wise. Back in '79 when Thurman Munson died in that plane crash,
Yeah,
they were at the funeral. That afternoon, they flew back and played against the Orioles and won that game. They still played after the funeral.
Because they knew Thurman Munson would want them to play. So it's a different thing because knowing Bray Wyatt, I'm sure he would have wanted them to continue. It wasn't a situation. It wasn't like the situation with Owen Hart, which was complete. This one, he was aware. He was already away. He was already sick. So it's devastating because he was such a talent, and who knows where his storyline would have been going once because he was supposed to be coming back soon.
Yeah,
and to me, LA Knight did one of the best. Like when LA Knight spoke on it, it was to me. You could see that he really respected the time he had with Bray because
that was Bray's last program was with LA Knight.
was LA Knight, yeah.
But yeah, it's different. I think, did they do the same thing for Eddie Guerrero?
Oh boy.
Oh, they had Eddie's show was
that was on Monday Night Raw.
But they didn't do it. They didn't do it for Chris Benoit. That's for sure.
No, but that's
because of the nature. That's because
of
the nature of
this whole situation. Like at first, because even when they found out he was dead, they didn't know the whole situation till later on. So they got because people dogged him about.
Remember back then, it wasn't no Twitter and
it was different. It was different.
No, there was no social media back then. It was 2007.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah.
So, but like that's what China gets me with people when they say, "Oh, they ain't do enough." You have to realize they went from Terry Funk down on a Wednesday, Bray Wyatt down on a Thursday, and you had SmackDown on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
In consecutive days.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go, gentlemen, in just a minute or two, but I just want to get your opinions because I'm working on a series right now on Belly Up Sports. I'm finally getting back to writing articles. I'm working on ceilings and floors for NFL teams in 2023, and I want to hear what your ceilings and floors are for your prospective teams. Just briefly. Wise, I'll start with you. What's your ceiling and floor for the Giants?
What's my ceiling for the Giants? Oh
ceiling
man,
and floor, yeah, for wins.
Ceiling. I actually think they could win 11 games. People might think I'm crazy, but I think they can win 11 games.
No.
They've
because I have them at 11 too.
They've improved in every aspect that they needed to improve, and they just fleeced Arizona in the Isaiah Simmons trade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I gotta admit,
I want to see them turn him back into a linebacker. That was a huge mistake the Cardinals made by converting him into a safety. Why converting him into a safety when you have his linebacker
almost had
skills?
He almost had your boy yesterday.
On the first play of the game.
He almost had your boy. Almost.
But he read it. He read it. Smoke.
And right after that play, I went on social media. I said, Isaiah Simmons might be the difference on the Giants defense.
Well, you got to look at it. I look at it as he's in the right system with the right defensive coordinator. He is so talented.
He's not a trash pelican in Arizona.
He's not, and he's so talented that you can move him around. Like in Wings defense, you have to be versatile.
Mhm.
So to now have Isaiah Simmons, Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari on the, and then that defensive line is crazy.
Yeah.
You added Nacho. Riley's a big surprise. Nobody thought he would be as good as he's been. Our two cornerbacks that we drafted they're playing well. So I just feel we can win 11 games. We're definitely going to be much more competitive. Our offense is going to be much more competitive than we were in previous years, because now year 2, Daniel Jones to me is going to step up, because now he has someone he has a coach. He finally has someone that believes in him, because they want to listen. Dable and Shane wouldn't have signed off on that contract if they didn't believe that he was capable of leading this team.
Yeah. All right, Playmaker. What's your floor for the Giants, though?
My floor? Whew. The worst they could do, I feel, is probably 7-10.
Okay. All right, Playmaker. What about you? What about your Rams?
As of right now, I did already up to week 14, and I have the Rams sitting at 8-5 right now.
Optimistic.
Like I said, the off season changed a lot of stuff, because I'm like, well, then people getting hurt on different teams, and they are on our schedule. How nice.
I have their ceiling at 10 and their floor at 7.
So pretty much, you probably be right. We most likely gonna be right around the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Because I only got 4 more weeks to preview, and I'm pretty sure I'll be somewhere around the 10-11 range.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get two articles up per day for the next for this week before the season starts, and they'll have my ceilings and floors. I'm pretty sure people will either be, yeah, that's spot on, or they'll be big mad, and I don't care.
I would say this:
big mad. That's my opinion.
The floor for the Rams will probably be the same record as last year.
7-10, 6
5-12.
5-12. Okay.
Because we do have a very young defense.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Before you leave, so I know Cole mentioned it earlier. So for Real Wise TV, I'm looking for more original programming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a sports show. Also, and so if you know anyone interested in doing a sports show and working with me on creating a sports show, let me know.
This is my thinking stroke, Wise. So we'll see. I'll hit you up. We'll talk.
Definitely. This is to both of y'all. So if y'all know anyone who's wanting to get into sports or looking to do a sports show, I'm working on one. So.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I gotta bounce. As always, Snowman Cole, thanks for having me. See you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
Peace. Are you gonna leave? You still there?
Oh, I'm leaving. Hold on. Hold your horses. All right. Talk to you guys later.
You still here? Ryan McCarthy. As always, Monday mornings during the bottom of the first hour, going into the second hour. As Cole Johnson is away, Snowman said he was on, but he didn't pop in yet.
I don't know. I can't see.